What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm just adjusting for the stream. Earlier than usual by quite some way. 5:45 kickoff for Chelsea. How are we all doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Ben will be joining me in a bit, but we are seconds away from kickoff here in Greece. I actually don't know what the stadium's called. How are we all doing? Are we excited for today's game? Lineup looks good. Lineup surprised me a little bit. To see Sancho not starting shocked me because I just thought Pedro Neto was nailed on now. Just kind of thought, it's the 2004 Olympic Stadium, is it? That could be it potentially. Audio, yeah, good. All right, cool. Yeah, I was actually looking online. The fans of Panathinaikos, they are crazy. Dale, how are we doing, my man, at the Chelsea? Come on. I'm going to be honest. I think routine victory. Bobby, welcome in, welcome in. How are we doing? Bobby, I have to say, you had my back the other day on one of those lives. I saw you in the comments, mate, defending me. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm confident Chelsea win. I'll be so surprised if we don't, to be honest with you. Oh, that stadium's cool, to be fair. I know quite a few of their players as well. I know Tinyedvai, Palestri, obviously in Man United. Dragowski was at Fiorentina. A couple of failed wonder kids. There's another one as well, isn't there, from like one of the Dutch teams. And then Tete was at Leicester and Shakhtar. So I know quite a few. But yeah, I think Chelsea win. I like our lineup. Got no issues with it. I wonder whether Vega will be... he'll probably be left back, I think. Probably inverting though. I did have a version of our lineup somewhere. Massive game for an ex-Chelsea manager as well in Fenerbahce versus Manchester United, Jose Mourinho. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one as well. But that's later on. We'll probably be nearly finished with our game by the time that starts, actually, thinking about it. I think that's 8 o'clock. Who's the other 5 o'clock games? Hearts and Shamrock Rovers. Brilliant. Jorgensen, Dazassi, Kukurea. Oh, yeah, okay. So, be interesting to see if Vega does, in fact, play. I'm not sure. I think they've got that wrong. I think that quite simply is Vega and Badashile in centre-backs and Dazassi right-back, don't you? That's what I think that is. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Bobby. Now we're all cool. We're all cool. But some people just don't want to hear opinions, do they? When they're in the moment defending their player. So look, if we were as good as what people made out, we would have beaten Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? I'm hearing a lot of positivity, and don't get me wrong, positives to take, but at the same time, we lost 2-1. So we need to build on it. We're only off of all this positive start, we're in a bit of a blip. So rectify it tonight. That's all I'm bothered about. And rectify it against Newcastle. I need to get the scoreboard up. We're about to start. Okay. I enjoy your protection. I think your voice is important to protect the standards. FC. Yeah, well, look, I was actually, me and Charlie had a really good chat yesterday on his channel on Blue Brother. Very, very good chat. And ultimately, I think probably, do you know what? I kind of want a clean sheet. I think like 3-0. But me and Charlie were saying, like, Chelsea's about winning trophies and being in the top 4 is an absolute must. So you got if you're in a game and you have as much control as what Chelsea did, you got to win it. That's the whole point of being Chelsea. You're meant to be in control of games. You're meant to be able to win these games. So let's see. About to kick off. I like the kit. I actually kind of like it. I wasn't sure what to think, but I don't mind that. Bit more of a chilled out one, I think, today, isn't it? Because it's Conference League. It's not like as dramatic as what we've seen in days in over the weekend and stuff. But yeah, Bobby, you're not wrong, by the way. If we lose against Newcastle, we could be tied for ninth and behind United, which would, I mean, that would be worrying considering we then have to play Manchester United. But I think we're good enough to beat them. Yeah, look, I said this, Dazassi right back. I said that would just never be the case. And Kunku's out on the right though. That's what? I think we'll see how that works out. I think that's just for now, probably. Let's see. Is that maybe I recognise that Maximovic as well. If we don't get top 4 this season, sporting director and ownership fail once again. Look, I think it's too early for that, but we have a difficult fixture list to navigate, which we have to sort of take as a priority first, which I actually am pretty confident with. I actually think we still get 6 out of the next 3. I think we do. I think we win 2 of those games. And actually, the way Arsenal's luck is going right now, they could have half their squad out injured by the time we actually get around to that. They're going early here. Oh my gosh! We've nearly conceded. Tin Jedvaj, former Bayer Leverkusen player, I think. I'll tell you what, it's a good cross. Heads it down into the ground. Jorgensen with a good save. Kukurea away. Very, 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 very early doors, and we've nearly conceded. That would have been diabolical. They're having another shot here from edge of the box. They cross it in. Badashile away. 2 minutes in. Chelsea on the back foot. And away, Vega. Nice. Yeah, haven't really had a chance to see. Yeah, no, it's literally what I said. Vega and Badashile centre backs. Dazassi right back. Kukurea left back. Kind of mad, isn't it? That Badashile has been recruited as a centre back and he can't get in. But Kukurea will obviously invert. Enzo Fernandez higher up. Is that Madrid? We're actually in like a 4-4-2. It almost looks. Oh, we're off the ball here. It almost looks as if Nkunku and Felix are as up front as a double 2, and Pedro Neto's in the 10. Pedro Neto is quite clearly at the top of a 10 there. No, not Pedro Neto, is it? It's Enzo. Sorry. I was looking at the oh, I thought it was a glove. What's he done? Sprained his wrist. That's what made me think it was Neto. I thought he was wearing gloves. I couldn't see his number. Neto at right mid, Mudryk at left. Looking for the middle. No, it's just off the ball. What? So, hang on a minute. Where's João Felix playing? 10. 10 or one of the midfield 3? Hasn't quite unveiled itself yet. No. Okay. Wait, so is he making Dewsbury Hall sit as like the deepest player? No. Trying to work this out. Panathinaikos had a lot of the ball, so we're not really getting into our shape yet. I know it's only like 3 minutes 50, but they're having more of the ball. They're on the edge of the box here. They're going to work a shot number 8 for them. Does oh my gosh, it's just past the post. If we got to navigate this first before we can talk about that Newcastle game, because Panathinaikos have started like a house on fire, as their stadium and the noise of their fans might suggest as well. I like the kit. I'm not a fan of the Nike badge though, being halfway upside down. I don't like that. So, in possession currently, Nkunku is literally on the right of the midfield. So there's like a 3 and then a 5. I don't know. I can't work that out. There you go. He's moving up now. It's just very fluid. I just would say Enzo Fernandez. Okay, so Enzo's the deepest. No, he's not. Do you know what? It's not like there's anyone sitting, to be honest with you. I think it is literally a 2. You know, like Lavia last game was obviously kind of sitting deeper than the others. But it doesn't look like Enzo's going to do that, which I think we all thought Enzo might do. Which is, I don't know. If Enzo doesn't sit tonight, we need to see an unbelievable performance from him. He's just fouled. No. What's throwing me off is where Nkunku was dropping to. I just don't think he needs to do that. Neto one-on-one here, though. Can he work across? He does. Back post, Mudryk. Cleared. Probable cut. No. João Felix goes in for a sliding tackle. Gets to no avail. Why have half the players sprained their wrists? Well, I'm sorry, what? Who's been sharing a room together? Palestri looking to work it down the left-hand side for Panathinaikos. Pretty. Oh, that Maresca jacket is ledge, though. That's cool. You seen that jacket, Ben? No. Very cool. Oh. Yeah, that's a cool jacket. So off the ball, we're obviously sitting in a 4-4-2. Yeah, I think off the ball we're defending in a 4-4-2. Then on the ball, it does, Bobby. You're right. It looks like a 3-3-4 with Cucurella, Enzo, and Dewsbury Hall. I was trying to work out which one of them is sitting, but it just doesn't look like one is. So I think you're right. I was kind of expecting one to sit, but maybe it'll just play all three through the middle. João Felix probably sort of joining up towards. I can't see João Felix right now, though. Where is he? Hey, where is João Felix? Why is he so deep? I'll be honest. I think the players look a little bit confused. I just think they seem a bit all over the place. Oh, Mancini. Is that any relation to Roberto? Who's the coach? Diego Alonso. Oh, Diego Alonso. Who did he used to play for? Was he a keeper? No. Uruguayan football manager. Who did he play for? Nah. Don't know him. We're barely having the ball here, to be honest with you. Cucurella wins it back on the halfway line. Dewsbury Hall picks up the ball in the halfway line and plays it all the way back to Jorgensen. It's an interesting do you know what? Jorgensen is probably the player I'm most interested in because we've got an issue with Sanchez, and hopefully there's a player in Jorgensen that could come in. So, and Nkunku's sort of dropping out to the right-hand side, which is an obvious instruction, but why can't Neto do that? It just kind of is taking Nkunku away from the centre. We're basically playing strikerless in the build-up, and then he kind of gets there in the final third. I just think it's one too many moving parts. I just don't see the point in that. That's like 3 times now he's dropped off to the right. He's going to get on the ball. Enzo is the deeper of the 3 here. We're looking more like the formation there. Mudryk down left-hand side. Chops back inside. Oh, it's just one touch again too many from Mudryk there. Ben's just joining us. Yeah, it's an interesting start.
What's up, guys?
Cucurella out to Vega. This is what I'm. You know what I'm wondering is whether or not we play with a midfield 3 or something at the weekend because of Lavia and Casado. I wonder. Oh, Felix with a fake turn looks to cross it back post to Neto, all the way out to Dazassi. Dazassi crosses. Mudryk smashes into their player and free kick from Panathinaikos. Absolutely no need to do that.
What's your thoughts on the 2-11s?
2-11s?
The Cup 11s and then the Prem 11s.
Yeah, this one's probably the most blurred it's been, isn't it? Because Pedro Neto may play. Probably won't, will he? Do you think we go with Sancho again off the back of that Liverpool performance? I don't know. He wasn't great, but when you drag a player at half time, I feel like you change your mind on him, didn't you? And you think, right, I can't trust you anymore. Enzo Fernandez, like, does Enzo start?
No.
No, you think he's out of the team now?
Reading between the lines of Maresca's comments, there's
the footy's nice.
better players to be able to come and play.
Is that what he said?
Well, he said there's other players that are deserving to play, but he didn't say. He said, yeah, there's been a lot of travel, but there's been a lot of travel for a lot of players.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
He just said there's other players that are deserving to play. Don't know his exact quote, but it's along those lines.
Wow.
I didn't see any comments about the Sancho sub. Don't know if journalists didn't want to touch on it.
Yeah, no one's really asked him, have they? I thought that. Are they trying not to kill Sancho, which would be nice? There's a laser pen. Just let everyone know. Vega's having it shone in his eye. I don't know what that hospital pass is from João Felix.
Kit is very European, actually.
The kit's cool. Yeah. I actually like the kit. Very nice kit. Let's go that way. That might be on the screen more. Sorry, guys. I'm just playing with the camera. Yeah, I don't know, really. It's not exactly an exciting start 10, 11 minutes into the game from Chelsea. I feel like Panathinaikos have had slightly better chances. They got a couple of failed wonder kids, I would say, playing for him.
Is Mancini the one that used to be at Roma?
No, I don't think. Is it? No, I wouldn't say so. Could be.
Wasn't that Roberto Mancini's son?
Was it? Oh, I don't know. Dan, what are your thoughts on the way they're treating Josh? I just think one I'll say, Bobby. Hang on, the Panathinaikos enter the box. Just see what happens here. Badashile doesn't quite get to it. They're going to try and work a shot. Palestri, edge of the D, plays it through to the number 25, crosses it. Oh,
Panathinaikos are energetic.
Yeah, Panathinaikos are definitely bringing the tempo to this game. It's not Chelsea. This is what I've said about this Conference League. Like, these teams are so up for it. But the Josh treatment is weird for me, Bobby, because one, I think Josh and the noises I'm getting from, oh my gosh, number 8, absolutely skinning a couple of Chelsea players. They're going to work across. They do. Chelsea are under the cosh a little bit here. Badashile kicks it out. Corner for Panathinaikos. I think that they're treating Josh in a way that is purely business, like a business approach. And I think, to be honest with you, reading between the lines with Josh and what the club have been saying, I don't think he's got the best people around him. That's kind of the impression I've been getting as well. So, yeah, I think sign the contract for me if I was Josh, because there is a pathway for him. And even if he signs the contract, if he's good enough, he'll still get a move. I mean, he obviously thinks he's good enough to play first team football going forward. But let's be real here. If Real Madrid sign him, which is like the apparent rumoured club, he's not going to be playing every week for Real Madrid, is he? So, look, it is what it is. Josh looks like a good player. I'd rather him sign the contract than not. But if the contract doesn't suit him and doesn't suit the people around him, then he's not going to sign it. But at his age, the best thing you can be doing is playing football rather than hindering your development. But what I don't think is right is to just keep like banishing players. I just don't think that's the right thing to do. They're actual humans. They're not assets. So even though in their eyes, they're just a number. I think if you're a young player at Chelsea, you probably feel the least valued you've ever felt, to be honest with you. I really think there's a bit of an issue there.
I don't think you can have a first team kit and have the slogans and the taglines as the orange is the youth burning through, and then go and bin all the youth team players off.
Wait, who said that?
That's what the slogan is for the home kit.
Oh, wow.
And the away kit this season. So
I think they make the design first and then they throw a couple of colours in and then they go, oh, yeah, well, the orange could be for the fire in their bellies or something like that. Do you know what I mean? They just make it up.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, that's what I think happens.
The best thing about like the Chelsea kits at the minute is probably the fact that we don't have a sponsor on them. Because if we go and get a sponsor in now that ruins his kits, like this kit doesn't look as good with like steak put across the front of it or something, does it?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I'm glad that they decided against that.
Kukurea working it, not really doing a lot, to be honest with you. Kukurea there.
Kukurea not looking to get into the Premier League.
Neto runs it. Well, Kukurea will probably start as well, will he not? Vega might. Like, there's a couple of Vega probably wouldn't. A couple of players there though that I had to question. That I just sort of thought.
Well, there's a couple of players that are like linking the two teams together.
Yeah,
but then they are bit part players, and it seems that they're always going to be bit part players.
that's true.
So it's a little bit of a shame that like Nkunku gets a hat trick, and then gets 20 minutes in the next game. So that's a bit of a shame. But I definitely feel like if you're making enough of a noise in these games, then it's almost hard to not feature these players.
Yeah, I don't know, because Maresca doesn't seem like he's that bothered, to be honest. I feel like the lighting's well off in here. Do you think that? Well, maybe that's fair. There we go. The situation is why Maresca was hired to allow Eghbali to abuse hunger and talent like this. The kid literally just signed a contract. Yeah, I think what it is, Bobby, is that the contract you sign when you're like at the first age of Josh's age, you can only sign, I think, 2 years. So I think as soon as a player, and Chelsea have obviously got this new strategy now, as soon as a player drops below that 2-year line or 18-month line, they want a new contract done straight away. So I think that's the idea. And obviously they're trying to secure all their most favourable talent to 9-year deals. Mudryk with a shot that flies over the bar, but he's worked that well, actually. He's shouting calm, no? Well, he's not happy.
I imagine someone's asked him why he's shooting from there. And
who asked? Oh, what is he shouting at? Mudryk is absolutely bellowing at someone there, but I don't understand who's jumping up. Just throwing up the stream on TikTok as well. So we'll try and chat to both sides. I'm not really sure on what to make of this so far. 17 minutes in. I don't think Chelsea have looked too good. Not looked too bad, but
I feel like if you're going to play with like, doesn't seem to be that much energy, which suggests to me that they anticipated having a lot more possession.
I think this is just what this Conference League can bring, is that these teams know this is like their biggest game, and they just absolutely are going to throw everything they've got at it, because it could be potentially massive for them if they get to the final and stuff like that. So look, a lot of these teams are built in a way as well that will be difficult for Chelsea to play against. I think personally, I think Chelsea are a young and inexperienced squad, and a lot of these teams will be experienced players now. They'll be physical, they'll be masters of the dark arts. So it'll just be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, still a very inexperienced team.
Jorgensen looks comfortable on the ball, to be fair to him, although it's like literally in our own box. He does look pretty comfortable. So that's interesting to see, because I think Sanchez, as Maresca's obviously praising him, but I think he's probably thinking, oh my gosh, I can't continue with this keeper. He has to be thinking that. Vega just about to stride past the halfway line, halts it just before. Enzo Fernandez starting to pick up a deeper role now, isn't he? It's sort of becoming a little bit more clear. I think what we're seeing in this game, I mean, he's yet to score, and obviously if he gets a chance, I'll back him to score, but I think we're seeing why Nkunku isn't preferred over Jackson as that single number 9.
Yeah,
it just does not offer the same sort of thing that Jackson does. You know, running in behind, being able to turn. I just don't see that, to be honest with you. So, look,
I said the other day, he isn't an out-and-out number 9, though, is he? He is a second striker.
Yeah,
he's someone that helps to definitely link the play. And I mean, could you fit that into our team? Possibly. It means Cole Palmer's probably got to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
I'm not sure where you fit it in, to be honest with you. I wondered whether we could play 3 at the back and sort of drop a fullback.
It's not in the business owner's plans, is it?
Why?
They don't want 3 at the back.
Yeah, but we're playing with 3 at the back. It's like the evidence is there. It's clear to see there's 3 players at the back there. That's a foul. And Nkunku tackled by number 21, Yedvai. Quiet game so far for a number of Chelsea players. João Felix, haven't seen him do too much. Dewsbury Hall, barely seen him touch the ball. Dewsbury Hall he seems like he's a bit of a slow burner getting into games. I feel like as the game goes on, he sort of finds his place in the match. Looking to get more involved here. Enzo Fernandez being pressed. Risky pass, pretty much loses it. If Disasi wasn't there, that's a travesty for Enzo Fernandez. He's absolutely... I mean, we're playing Panathinaikos here. Is this his level? It does make you wonder. João Felix with a foul for the ball. That's not needed. Is ref given that?
He wasn't given it, but... He's definitely still got some traits from...
Yeah, well, I don't mind that, actually. I guess
I don't actually see what's wrong with that.
I'm not really sure. Is what it is. Robert Sanchez on the bench. Hopefully that's not the last time we see Sanchez on the bench, to be honest with you. I just can't take any more of it. Like, I just can't. I just don't want to see Sanchez. I just don't want to see Sanchez as our first choice goalie. I think there's a massive issue there.
Well, we had this issue with Kepa, didn't we? We were crying out for someone else to come in, but the only person that seemed to come in and displace him was Mendy for that one season wonder.
Looks to go long. He does. Mudrik's going to get onto this. Mudrik's one-on-one here. Come on, Mudrik. Work your shot. He does. Oh, it's a goal.
Great goal.
Good goal. João Felix. Mudrik, great assist, to be fair.
I feel like a lot of the goals that we're going to get in this Conference League are going to be ones like that where there's nothing too spectacular. Yeah. They're just... And then you end up winning the game.
That's just quality, isn't it? It's just pure quality in that moment.
Be head and shoulders better than other teams.
I have to say with Mudrik there, he's definitely making better decisions this season. You know, I don't know if his hair was getting in his eyes before or something like that, but he seems to have... look at this. A good ball from Dewsbury Hall, all the way out to João Felix. Knocks it out to Mudrik on the left-hand side. Mudrik accelerates into the box. Plays a nice little pass with his left foot.
I must admit, Mudrik
nice and precise.
Both feet.
Yeah, very good with both
feet,
to be honest.
He's definitely someone that takes his flaws to the training ground.
Yeah.
100%. And you can't knock that. It's just the execution whilst we're in the middle of the game.
I think for me, that's exactly what I want from Mudrik, though, is like just to maybe just give it an extra second. Like, don't run too quick, just a little bit slower, and you might actually see the gap appearing. And he's done that there. So, yeah, look, it's a goal. We're 1-0 up. In a game where we probably shouldn't be, you've got to take it. So... Enzo Fernandez gives away a foul pointlessly. I think there's a hand. Well, I don't know if that was a hand to the face there, but it's a bit soft, isn't it? What's written where? What's the mark?
Has he broken fingers? Yeah.
Yeah, but hasn't João Felix got one on as well?
Not sure. Nkunku's got one, I think.
And doesn't Nkunku always have one?
Quite possibly, yeah.
I think he does. I'm not sure, but
it's like the Suarez thing, or João Felix has got one.
Yeah, there's a few of them out there with hand wraps on. To be honest with you,
it's like the new face mask. Chelsea are known for that, to be fair.
Oh no, it's a slow game, guys. I know we're 1-0 up, but it is a slow game. We're looking all right though. We're looking like we're managing. That's about it, I'd say. But yeah, honestly, I have to say, I was shocked to not see Mudrik on the bench against Liverpool. And that is exactly what I feel like he can bring, is that little moment there where he's always getting to that knockdown from Felix. He's always gonna try and beat his man. What's happened there to Pedro Neto? Bang his head.
Bump on the earth, yeah.
Yeah, I just think to not have him on the bench against Liverpool just felt a little bit weird to me. I know Maresca said it was a tactical decision, but I'm not sure. I feel like he's worth having on the bench at all times because you just never know what you're going to get, especially this season. He's beaten another man here. He's out on the left again, cuts back onto his right. I just think he looks a little bit more mature already. I just think he does.
I think that the haircut is a massive thing.
You think it's him growing up?
I do, yeah, because something like there's a lot of players that you see it sometimes where they're like you can see the immaturity, and then all of a sudden there's a couple of things that change with it being appearance and stuff like that, and then you see a much better player and like a more grown up player.
Yeah, I mean Messi cut his hair and look what happened. He turned into a different player. Cucurella, great. He wins the ball there. We're out here on the right-hand side with Pedro Neto entering the box. Going to try and work it onto his left foot. He isn't able to do it that easily. It's kind of worked its way back round to Dazassi, who plays a nice ball into Nkunku, who's in the box. Back out to Neto. Can't really do much with it. I'm sure he's looking to play a clever ball over the top, as is Enzo. Enzo playing in the role that I probably think he's more known for, especially for Argentina, which I'll be honest, I don't see him getting in ahead of Lavia, but I think this is probably the right position for him. I think I'm fed up of the experiment of seeing him as high up as the likes of João Felix and where Mudryk and Nkunku are occupying right now, because I just don't think it's the right place for him to be. Like, look at this. Getting on the ball, a couple of little touches, moving the ball. That's what I want to see. I think we all know that is Enzo Fernandez's game. Stop giving me this stupid dynamic role for him, because
I think the pace of this game is just helping him massively.
The pace of this game is true. And we always said this with Jorginho. He looks double the player in Europe than he does in anywhere else, to be honest.
But is there an element of Enzo's now looking at like his place might be in jeopardy?
Yes.
Does he need to do something a little bit different where there is a space to be opened up? Because Lavia can't play 90 minutes at the minute.
No, he can't. And that's what I mean. I think we need to know that Enzo Fernandez is a good enough sub to come in and play in that Lavia role, because it's going to be every game for a while, probably until the international break.
Again.
He is indeed.
One-on-one. I like seeing him one-on-one. I feel like
good ball, actually, Mudryk. Enzo! Oh, good save. Now that's, do you know what? That is everything we saw in the World Cup. Everything we've seen from Enzo Fernandez there. A little bit deeper, dictating play, knocking the ball about. Then he can make that late run to the edge of the box that Mudryk picks him out. Vega back post. I just think we've seen him in the wrong position so often. And I think you're right. The pace of this game is definitely helping him.
But you're only getting the pace of this game in this competition at this stage, maybe a couple of stages after.
Yeah.
But then Carabao Cup competitions. But then we've got Newcastle. Yeah,
we do. We've got a tough game against Newcastle. And injury, obviously, as well. Enzo Fernandez with a great strike there. Chelsea still 1-0 against Panathinaikos in the Athens Olympic Stadium. A couple of Chelsea players looking to get into the game a little bit more. A couple of these Chelsea players obviously now potentially on the brink of breaking into the first team, or their positions now in jeopardy. Obviously, Enzo Fernandez nailed on start at the beginning of the season is now looking like his position might be gone. Cucurella and Vega sort of battling out for a similar position in the first team, I think.
A bit silly, though.
Yeah, not needed.
Probably a little bit bored, but
I wonder whether or not one of these two is looking at oh no, it'll be Fofana, won't it? I was going to say Tosin is in a weird space because he's not really in. Wait, why is Tosin not playing today? He didn't travel, did he?
I think he must be injured.
Right.
I don't think he was bad enough to be dragged.
Hard to say, isn't it? I don't think he had a great game, but I do know what you mean.
But I don't think anyone will stand out enough to then like stand out in a bad way to then be like, you're not playing.
Yeah, that's true.
The next game.
Oh, I haven't done the score.
The only thing I would like to have seen from these games, and it's a bit unfortunate, is a couple of the youth team products being allowed minutes and stuff. I know you can. We have got a Carabao Cup game coming up.
We've just got such a big squad, though. Yeah. Like, how are you going to play Tyreek George and a couple of the other players? You're just not going to be able to.
I imagine that there is a point where the time will come that it's unfortunately there's less of a pathway.
Doobs, appreciate that, mate.
Then
we're looking all right, Doobs. I think it's pretty decent.
It's there's less of a pathway than what years ago when no one got through.
Yeah, they're probably, well, because we've signed so many players, we've kind of obliterated the pathway a little bit. The pathway only exists if there's injuries,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Because like
Even
a
then,
few
the
years ago
replacements were on
in
the
the
pitch.
Europa League, right, under Sarri maybe, Callum Hudson-Odoi was getting some minutes, and a couple of the other youngsters were getting minutes.
Although Callum Hudson-Odoi was getting minutes in the Premier League then.
Yeah, but
there was a lot of trust in him.
Yeah, but Tyreek George isn't getting minutes even in the Conference League.
No.
That's what I mean. Is there? Yeah, go on then. Good corner delivery. I mean, it's beating the first man, Badashile. Just smash it a little bit. Michael, who is it? Michael
Emanala?
No, plays for Everton. Keane. Michael Keane absolutely levered a goal in the other day from that similar sort of position.
The only problem I have with this team as well is the goals come in a very similar fashion from almost everyone. Apart maybe Mudryk, but I feel like a lot of the goals are going to end up being worked or quite scrappy.
Yeah,
I don't feel like we're going to get too many surprises out of, well, anyone really. Well, Enzo might get a decent free kick.
I think what people need to be aware of, right, is that currently Enzo Fernandez, this game is looking easy for him, and he is receiving zero pressure on the ball.
Yeah,
like we need to be aware of this. This is how good he can look at times.
No defensive responsibilities because the midfield aren't pushing up in attacks. Probably the anticipation is that we're going to then get the ball back and break quite quickly, which we have proven in the league we're able to do. And it's not like we've got a slow attack at the minute.
Jeremjev. I quite like seeing that from Maresca because he's obviously not happy. Whereas I feel like against Liverpool, I saw him sitting down a couple of times and I was thinking, how are you okay with us losing 2-1? So, no, Enzo Fernandez, yeah, I think we can see what sort of ability he's got tonight. It's just when that pressure is added to the game or players start to pressure him, I just don't think you're getting that out of him. But this is the role I've been waiting to see him in. I just think it's been far too long. Yeah. Poch didn't do it, maybe like 2 games. He did this role against Liverpool and he did this role against Villa, kind of, and we saw him look better.
But if you're somewhat under pressure as a manager and then you've got a player saying that they don't want to play in this position.
There you go. Great run. This is what Enzo's good at, right? Because, the pass is... I'm trying to do you a favour, Enzo. Bobby, Mudryk is looking very good, by the way. Yeah. Enzo, I'm trying to do you a favour, right? You stride through midfield there and then you smash the ball out of play. Like, what are you doing?
It's also a very strange pass to be playing in the air anyway.
Yeah, it's so negative and behind the ball as well. It just doesn't make sense to me. João Felix. Michael, appreciate that, my man. Thank you. I'm sorry if I missed them. I'm eyes on the game a little bit, but I thought I might as well throw a watch long stream up on TikTok as well as YouTube. Oh, I've just stubbed my toe. Oh, I did this the other day as well. Oh, I have smashed my foot. Oh. Oh, I'm in agony. My little toe. Oh my gosh, this desk is rock hard as well. Goodness me. I'm going to have to come off. Substitution. Ben's going to take it on his own. We're down to 10 men. I tell you what, that done half hurt. I'm holding back the tears, boys. That is very sore. Right. Come on, Chelsea. I want another goal before half-time. I've said 3-0. I want a clean sheet. I'll be honest. As much as they probably look like they were the team that started off better than us, realistically, that has faded very quickly. And now Chelsea are absolutely cruising.
A lot of empty seats there.
Yeah, there is a few empty seats, actually, which kind of weird, isn't it?
Olympiacos playing tonight?
I don't know.
Obviously not.
They're rivals, though.
But yeah.
Oh, and Nkunku hitting the face. What I can't understand is this Nkunku dropping out to the right-hand side when Pedro Neto is there. That is baffling me. If that's the manager suggested that, it doesn't make any sense.
It's not even like our number 10 is...
Now he's breaking through.
I don't feel like the 2 that have just broke through are quick enough to actually run from that deep.
Yeah.
If you've got Mudryk doing that, I'm backing him.
I just can't understand why that's the run that they're asking Is it because they believe and Kunku is better not receiving the ball with his back to goal and instead receiving the ball sort of in transition on the run? Maybe they're just trying to recreate the type of run he can make. I don't know. It's just a bit weird. It doesn't make much sense why he keeps drifting out there. Probably too many players in the middle of the pitch. If they're saying if you want to drop, you need to drop onto the right hand side.
Very well.
Turn, Dewsbury Hall. Great turn and receive from Dewsbury Hall. Can you play a good pass? No one out there.
It'll be negative.
No, he's all right. This is a good attack, you know. And Kunku, Felix. Not quite seeing the Barrow telepathy between the two just yet. Ref's going to give a really, really... I don't even know what you're going to call that, but that's barely a free kick, is it? Is that what he's given? I mean, that...
Another time in the game, that is also a yellow card and all, so...
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Their fans are absolutely flying, by the way.
I think this is similar to the Enzo Fernandez that we got when he first come.
Yeah,
a little bit tenacious. Potter and Lampard.
Yeah, Potter definitely got the best out of Enzo Fernandez. There's no doubt about that. Come on, Chelsea.
I thought there'd be maybe like a step in the level when he took over the captaincy, like more often. But
I just think Enzo Fernandez needs to understand where he is best positioned. It may be in his head he's like, I'm a 10. But actually, you need to understand that your attributes are just way more suited for playing in a deeper role.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't like it, then he's going to have a lot more difficult career trying to deploy himself as a 10 than he is if he plays himself at the bottom of a 3 or in a pivot or something a little bit deeper. He's missed the ball there. What's happened here? Has he hurt himself?
Well, I think he might have slipped a little bit and then got his foot caught in the ground. But he probably needs to get up if he's okay.
You know what? Banashile looks pretty composed tonight, as he did against Liverpool as well. I've got to be honest. I'm impressed so far.
My only concern is his confidence just gets knocked almost too easily.
Yeah, he makes a mistake.
If we concede, I worry that he's then going to continue it sort of head down.
Vega! Vega's a quality signing. So versatile as well. Who played that?
That whole play from Dewsbury Hall was awful. He receives it on his right foot, but it's come backwards towards his left foot. He then can't get the ball under control, and then the pass he plays, he's just hammered it in a straight line to the goalkeeper.
That was a poor pass.
I just feel like he could, maybe if you're not expecting the ball has still travelled 25 yards.
Yeah.
You can open your body up.
I think he's just tried to play a worldy pass, hasn't he? It's just not come off.
But the pass is there because he's not open. He's not received the ball.
Right.
And with the ability to turn. Like, there's plenty of players in our first team that are doing, like, receiving the ball on their back foot and taking it around a player.
Do you see what I mean with this right tonight, though? For example, we absolutely could manage this game with 3 defenders, and you don't need Cucurella.
No.
You could play another centre midfielder in there instead of Cucurella. There's no need for a left back tonight.
No.
And this is what I'm saying. I think there'll be games in the Prem where you could get away with 3 defenders and you could play Nkunku on the same pitch as Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think you can. We don't need Cucurella tonight.
But this is the unfortunate part, is that these are the kind of games that you would try that out.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see that because of the second 11.
Yeah, yeah.
If it was like previous games, everyone goes, oh, that's our B team. But it's not. It's 4 or 5 players that have been changed.
Yeah.
And it just looks like an overhaul. But this is almost a completely different 11. So that we'll start the game, play 60 minutes of it, and then only, 5 of them might get changed, but then the majority of them are being left out. So it's not even like Jackson's going to come on as a sub.
Yeah, it's true.
So them sort of experiments, Dewsbury Hall's passing's been off. It's them sort of experiments aren't really going to happen. Like, the first team players are the first team players.
Look at Enzo, right? I know he's not being pressured, which we have to remember, but this is where he just looks like he's better off picking the ball up there. Felix from miles out, it's just wide. I feel like we could look to play through them a little bit more than that. Kunku is in such a good space there. And it's kind of wasteful from João.
I think Nkunku's in so much space because João Felix, as soon as he picked the ball up there, was lining up the shot.
Yeah,
the
but
defenders vacated.
we are seeing huge difference in quality between
the Barrow game,
Panathinaikos.
João Felix or Nkunku chipping it over to the other one. João Felix, I believe.
Look at it. We don't look. Obviously, Balashia's gone in there. Kukre and Vega are literally doing the same job. It's almost overkill having him, and then it's actually like, would we be better having a better player in the middle? I don't know who you play, by the way.
I'm also looking at this like, how is Carney not in this team?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe you play
Hall is because the ability level is night and day.
I agree. Actually, I think Carney Chukwuemeka has just been treated so unfairly. Just doesn't make much sense, to be honest with you. That he is obviously of a very good ability, and we're just unfortunately not getting to see it this season, which is such a shame because for me, he really didn't do much wrong. It was just the fact that he was injured a lot. And does that automatically make you not good enough to play? I'm not sure that's fair to say because
Reece James and Lavia
walked straight back in. When there's that sort of issue, for me, it suggests that something isn't right. Like the manager doesn't like something about the player. That's what I think.
But like, I just find it amazing because last year, Chukwuemeka, when he played, he's normally the liveliest player on the pitch, and then he come on. Barrow, was it? Or was it Ghent?
I can't remember.
Looks like the liveliest player on the pitch again. And this, granted, he's probably got a bit of a point to prove. But when you've got a player that is essentially just being carried in Dewsbury Hall, I don't see why Carney can't play. And especially in this game where he probably doesn't have to do too much defensive work.
Carney Chukwuemeka would be quality for a game like tonight. He'd probably score pretty easily. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Carney was signed by the wrong sporting director. Was he? You think he was signed by Vivell? Is that what you mean? He could well have been. I'm not sure. But then, do you think that's why Nkunku was signed by him as well, wasn't he? So maybe you're onto something there, Bobby, to be honest. I'm not sure.
That wasn't part of the Todd Bowley era.
Who?
Carney.
Yeah, he was.
No, when Todd Bowley was sporting director.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it was the wrong sporting director, does it?
Well, no, he doesn't. He's saying he doesn't fit what the sporting directors want now.
No, probably not. Yeah, go on, Bobby. Elaborate on that because I kind of want to know. I want to know what you mean.
So, how many have we had since?
Well, I think there was 3 working together, and Todd Bowley for once, wasn't he?
There is definitely a place for there's definitely a place for him in this team.
There is.
I'd actually say he's also the player that we're missing.
Yeah, maybe. I just think having Cucurella playing as a centre midfielder when he's just unneeded defensively,
pass isn't that good.
It just makes me think we're playing. It's a bit like Dazassi, right? Dazassi's playing on the right. It makes you think, hang on, we signed this guy as a centre-back. Straight away, the holding midfielder left-back is playing at centre-back before him. Mm-hmm. Badashile is also left-footed. So you could play a left-footed and a right-footed centre-back, but they're not. It just means we look to move Dazassi on, doesn't it? Because he's actually a path blocker to maybe a Josh Ashenpong.
Well, I think that is that's the glaringly obvious thing right now is that he should be playing in this game.
Yeah.
And starting maybe, but if he's not, it's at least get him on for half the game.
Yeah, I agree.
This has definitely been a slow half.
Yeah, it is. It's a real just go and get the job done, boys, sort of performance so far, I'd say. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to smash a like and subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 before Christmas. And we'll try and get a few likes on the video as well for Chelsea winning in the Europa Conference League against Panathinaikos, albeit it's a slow burner. We might as well see what we're capable of. See what the second stringer players are capable of, to be honest with you. What was that noise? Yeah.
They're shouting.
Oh, was it? And Kunku
yeah,
and
right,
Carney
right.
are also on a different wage
I'm not
structure.
sure that's one,
Oh, right. Who recruited by these ones? Yeah, I don't know who signed them, but it does make you wonder because there's obviously something going on here. Maybe it is the wages. It's kind of like, hang on, they're on a lot of money. I heard Carney is on a lot of money.
There we go. Half time.
Yeah, half time in this game. I mean, it is what it is, basically. No added time.
No.
Do you know what I like?
Also, been out of play.
The refs, they're just solid in Europe.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not really that many drastic things to report about. Now, don't get me wrong. If Chelsea were back in Europe, I'm sure they wouldn't, like in terms of the Champions League and bigger games.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wouldn't be all roses. But at the same time, I don't think they're doing much wrong. I feel like the Premier League's level of refereeing is so like miles off it at the moment. Absolutely miles below the level it should be.
But then the coaching is also miles off of it as well.
What do you mean in terms of
the level
English
of coach is? Now that's obviously the discussion at the minute about having an English manager in England, but the level of coach also isn't as good as in Europe. Like,
Max says Felix deserves a start in the Premier League. Who instead of Max? Because I think he looks like a good player. I think he got a good goal. Who would you start in front of in the Prem? Because I just don't see how he works his way into the team right now.
No.
Guys, let me know your thoughts on half time. Let me know your thoughts if you think any of these players are performing at a level good enough to get themselves into the game, probably against Newcastle, if not Manchester United, the next Premier League game. I think this is probably the squad we'll see play in that Newcastle midweek fixture. But I don't know. I'm just sort of looking at this. Like, who in this team is going to have to play a second game at left back? Palmer has been blocked out of the last two games. Look, let's be realistic here. Cole Palmer isn't going to be dropped. If you even think that he is, that is outrageous. He's not. It's time Palmer comes off the bench. Okay, Max, look, not going to happen. Maybe if the form continues for like a couple of months, but right now, there's absolutely zero chance unless an injury happens, isn't it?
He's almost in a similar position to what Haaland's in.
Yeah.
He doesn't score for 3 games, so the assumption is he needs to be dropped. No, it's just not going to happen. Cole Palmer is literally the whole reason that we're in European football right now. He is not going to be dropped because for the last 2 games, he might have been shut out. Bearing in mind, there was no one that was massively standout against Liverpool. So it's not that he's been shut out. He just played against a tougher team.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we couldn't dominate them. I don't think it's a reflection on Cole Palmer. I actually think it's a reflection more on the system and the manner in which we play football now.
Yeah, I completely agree. I just don't think there's any chance. Dewsbury Hall's been poor, says Dan.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, he's not been great. As he was a bit like this against Ghent, and then he got himself into the game.
Yeah, I must admit, last 15 minutes of the game, he was. It might have been 25, but Dewsbury Hall was definitely. He was standout, I must admit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he might grow into a game, but if you grow into a game by the 60th minute, you normally won't be on the pitch anymore.
Yeah, so, very, very true. Very true.
That's a tough way to be a footballer, I guess. Might be doing better.
George says, "Who's better?
Out of who?
Out of me
or you?
Do you mean the game, or does he mean? I don't know what he means with that. Hopefully, we see Palmer versus Newcastle. I'm sure. Look, Cole Palmer's. It's difficult at the moment, right? Teams are definitely proactively worried about Cole Palmer and trying to mark him out of the game. There's no doubt about that for me. But at the same time, I genuinely think Cole Palmer will come good. That you can't keep a guy this good down. I don't think he just disappears off the face of the earth and we see him blocked out of game after game after game. I think him and Maresca will figure out a way to make it work again. To be honest with you,
because let's be realistic, it's not beneficial for anyone for Cole Palmer to be used ineffectively. And also, Cole Palmer isn't a player. He's not a system player. He's not. You don't.
He's not at all.
Yeah, you don't buy him to fit into your system. He does what Cole Palmer does, and you essentially get great moments out of it. The unfortunate part is, before he scored 4 against Brighton, we were having an eye on how Maresca is going to get him to work in this system. He scored 4, so we're all thinking he's the best player in the world again. but it's
George says Haaland or Palmer.
well, it's Palmer, isn't it?
Oh, no, it's Haaland.
No, it's Palmer. As a footballer, he's better.
Yeah, probably,
Yeah.
but I think Haaland is the better
Also,
player.
someone had this conversation with me.
Who would you say, George, by the way?
Who is the best player in the world? And I was like, well, Palmer has to be right up there.
Palmer is right up there.
Scored in the European Cup final.
The issue for me is that off of the last couple of
final.
games, he isn't, because the best player in the world, look at Vinny against Dortmund. He goes and gets a hat-trick and they're 2-0 down.
Yeah. But then Dortmund decided to just let the floodgates open.
Dortmund are a team with incredibly good attacking prowess, but they are built on sand.
The Madueke-Palmer connection.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a thing it actually is, apart from the Wolves game.
Probably. They probably
when Palmer first come, and the only person he seemed to know was Madueke.
Yeah.
Then I would say that there was more of a link there, because Palmer, you could see it, could quite often be turning and playing the passes to Madueke rather than looking around. Palmer then grew into his role at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I don't think the connection was there until the Wolves game again.
Yeah.
And the Wolves game, let's be realistic, Nuri just decided he did not fancy playing football that day. And his role was, it just weren't having it. But then Wolves have gone and conceded 5 at the weekend.
Yeah.
Defensively, they're awful. And you can't concede 3 goals in exactly the same manner.
Wolves have conceded 5 what?
At the weekend.
Well, what was the score? Wolves didn't lose 5 by 5.
5-2.
Did they? I can't remember who they played, if I'm being honest with you. Cat, who did Wolves play at the weekend? You might be right. Was it West?
5-3 against Brentford.
Brentford. Oh no, they played Man City. I knew you that weren't right. Yeah, against Brentford.
Oh, of course, yeah, because they went up in the first.
Yeah, I did watch that actually. And Buemo's not going to be at Brentford much longer, by the way.
No. Chelsea.
Good evening, Baka Jose. Good to have you in here, mate. Appreciate that. Madueke Palmer connection has gone also down the bin at the moment. Yeah, a little bit, like not drastically, but also at the same time, there was that moment against Liverpool where Palmer could have played it off to Madueke, and he didn't even pass it, did he? I think he had a shot and it got blocked.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like, hang on a minute, like, what? But at the same time,
I think there's an element of frustration.
Yeah.
He wants to be more involved in the game. And you'd all do the same thing if you're playing football.
I agree.
So,
Haaland, maximum potential says Haaland, can't lie. Yeah, look, I don't really think that one's up for debate, to be honest with you. I'd just say Cole Palmer probably affects the game more in terms of being around the pitch. Because look, the thing about both of them, though, is that they do struggle in games because sometimes they're not able to get on the ball or find space where they need to. So,
but as an overall footballer, Palmer is better.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Pies tweeted saying Mudryk pushing for a Premier League start. Do you know what? Like, it could be. I think that's nuts. I think he's got so much in the way, though. He's got if Neto can't get a start, how's Mudryk getting a start?
I feel for Mudryk because I really like him.
Yeah.
And I really want to like him. I think we said this in a pre-match for the game. He's the player that you just really want to see excel because he's an exciting footballer to watch. He's the player that's capable of a 35-yard screamer out of nowhere. He's also the player that's capable of not being involved in a game when he should be standout. Yeah,
I don't think it's fair to say that on this season, though. I think this season, Mudryk's looked really good. But I just think, unfortunately for Mudryk, is that actually for the last couple of years, he's not performed.
No.
And now we've bought in his replacements. The only thing is, right, is that we're obviously going to sign Sancho unless we finish 14th.
Sure
would he have been better at Arsenal? Yeah, probably.
Who, Mudryk?
I think now Arsenal might even consider it. He was there the other night.
I genuinely think he would have just been coached better.
Yeah.
Because last year, I don't think, for a player, I don't think you're going to evolve that well under Pochettino. I don't think you're going to learn loads from him. And I think Mudryk is the kind of person that needs very simple instructions, but ways in which he's going to just be a better footballer and like where to go. Essentially just someone to just put the strings on him and control him around a football pitch because he's got all the capabilities of doing whatever a coach asks of him. But if your coach is just there as a bit of a motivator, I don't think you're going to ever get the best out of Mudryk. And obviously, Pep would be the best, but the alternative to that is essentially going to Arteta and then possibly Maresca. So Maresca could easily...
What's that? Mudryk's stats in what? What is that in? Conference League and Barrow? Maybe?
Potentially.
4 starts. So, has he had a Prem start? Yeah, 1. Did he get an assist? I can't remember. Look, wait, actually, I think he's had a Prem start this season.
Right.
Stats. No, Mudryk's had a Prem start. What are we on about here? I think Mudryk's had a Prem start.
Did he start the first game?
Yeah. What this bloke, mate, honestly, you know what I saw today from this Pies, whatever his name is? He said we're all Chelsea fans because of Roman Abramovich. I don't know about you, mate, but I supported Chelsea before Roman Abramovich. I think it's an age thing. Maybe at his age, that's why he chose to support Chelsea. But I can tell you that ain't the fact for a huge amount of the fan base.
Things like that is what concerns me about being a Chelsea fan going forward. I'm never going to stop being a Chelsea fan. I'm always going to be a Chelsea fan regardless. But it worries me about who I'm going to be sat next to in the ground because someone might be sitting there being like, "Oh, this isn't good." Well, unfortunately, the stories that I hear about Chelsea aren't stories of success. They're stories of great times. And that's essentially what football is. You're meant to have great times. And then you enjoy the good times and the bad times are bad. But I don't support I don't support Chelsea just because we've had success. Otherwise, I'd have binned them off in the season that we finished 10th.
Yeah, I just think that's a load of rubbish. I just don't think that's why we're all Chelsea fans, to be honest with you. I just think that's a load of rubbish. And I kind of hate the fact that we give some people with... we give some people a huge platform. They have a massive voice. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And they've got like woeful opinions. Like, it's just absolutely crazy. Yeah, so if he is that age, then I can see why. But you can't then say that's why we're all Chelsea fans. I just don't think you can address it as all.
So he probably would have only started supporting Chelsea in like 2008.
Well, maybe, yeah. You don't really know, but I just think you can't address it as all, to be honest with you. No. If you have that many Chelsea fans aware of you tweeting, you actually do have some sort of responsibility to portray the correct message. Like that's not actually a good or truthful representation of a huge amount of the fan base.
I definitely, the response to that was definitely negative as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I looked in the comments. It wasn't great.
People are unhappy because people don't want to be spoken for in the wrong way. If he turned around and been like, everyone's a Chelsea fan, everyone's enjoyed the success.
You gave us the best days of our life as Chelsea fans. I think majority of people go, yeah, do you know what? Probably. Even the old boys that loved their days out when when it was like Chelsea not in the best position in the league or in the top league, I think even they can admit that what Roman Abramovich did for this club is miles ahead of any owner. I don't know if we'll ever even get a time like it. So it is what it is, really.
You just enjoyed it whilst it lasted. If it don't happen again, it don't happen again. But it is what it is. And let's be realistic. It's like the older people that have seen the worst days of Chelsea, like nearly being knocked out of the Football League, is they probably don't even look at it like this. It's that bad now.
No, I don't think they do.
They've still got their European trips and their days out with their friends.
I think that was the most important thing, right? Is I think the elder fans, they just wanted some sort of European football back.
Yeah,
I think that's they. Do you know what? I look at that and I think they look like I was looking on Instagram and Twitter at some of the guys I used to do some filming with and that, and I was thinking,
someone else coming on.
This looks brilliant. Is he coming on? No, is he?
I thought he would have started actually.
No, but I wonder whether Cucurella comes off and you play him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
why not him starting?
Because Enzo has to play in this competition now.
Oh, I forgot.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Totally, George. Probably see him come off the bench.
Mudryk, keep building up in this league. No need to force him in yet. Yeah. No, I agree.
Fine.
I agree.
I think Mudryk could have an unbelievable second half to the season.
Yeah.
Because he's just been entrusted and he's almost got to the point where he's like, every game is like his last game for Chelsea potentially.
I would just say with Mudryk that I don't want to see him not in the squad. I think you need Mudryk on the bench.
It's so unfair.
I think if you can inject the pace of Mudryk and Pedro Neto into a team, it's worth doing.
Deadly.
Actually, if Maresca wants pace for his wingers, Sancho is going to be looking over his shoulder because eventually his natural ability of having less pace is going to be a cause of concern for him.
Yeah.
Don't forget it's not like we haven't seen Sancho before. I don't think Sancho was that bad actually on the ball. I just don't think he was able to do things as quick as what Maresca thought Neto might be able to do. What baffled me was that eventually, though, he moved Neto out of the position that he was doing all right in, which was just kind of like mad. But anyway, second half's about to begin. I think we'll be absolutely fine. And I think we'll start to see a number of players all performing at the same time. And like, long may it continue because we got so much talent in this squad. And you can't deny it. Maresca is getting the best out of a lot of players right now.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think he's getting the best out of the team as a whole.
Yeah, I think that.
And you can't knock that because a team wins you a league.
Yeah.
Players win you games.
Yeah.
So if he's got every player on side, and I must admit, the team as a whole, like this game will finish and you'll see the whole squad will be clapping the players off the pitch.
Yeah.
The team environment right now it's like when Tuchel or Frank Lampard come and it was like you clap the fans.
Yeah.
And the fans appreciate that because you're like, oh, it looks like a proper team now. And that's the building blocks for the future.
Yeah, I agree.
So if it leads to success, then well, great job. You've done really well. Hopefully it comes at the right time where Pep's left and Arteta's been sacked because he's not won another competition. And then we can go and win the league.
What are we saying? I want how many goals are we going to see second half? Let's see what people say. Ben?
I reckon we'll get one more early.
Yeah.
And then we'll get another one to finish off.
So you reckon 2?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I said 3-0 as well.
So to get another 2 assists.
I'm going to say, I don't want to be boring and agree with you. I'm going to chuck in a third. We pull this game. 3 goals this half. We score 2 and they get 1.
Do we concede? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we do. I'll be honest.
We shouldn't. Unless they just absolutely hit us from this moment on. But I'd like to see if there's like a bit of a formation change, see if anything changes in that sense. But why would it?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I do not think we concede.
1-0 for the half, George, or 1-0 final score?
He said 1-0. George thinks 1. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, I don't know. Be interested to see how it sort of pans out. I'm wondering whether we'll see any sort of management in terms of players, and it might give us an idea who might end up playing. Because for me, at the weekend, I think Cucurella is starting in my head.
Enzo stepped up a bit, but that's what you were saying. He started the game like, didn't you? He started a little bit higher than...
Yeah, good ball. No, do you know what? He's done well there.
Ref?
Could be a pen. I don't know with him. I was trying to work it out with Enzo. Yeah, I just wonder whether Maresca wants him to play higher up, then he might not. But look, Enzo had a good half.
Yeah.
It was one silly pass, but other than that, that's what I just want. We all want to see that from Enzo Fernandez. We don't want to see him being, he looks like he's drowning, he's treading water. Someone said to me the other day, it looks like he's running in custard. And I just thought, like, it's the perfect analogy. João Felix with a great little bit of football there. Cucurella obviously looking a bit more advanced. Like, this is what it says to me, though. It's like, Cucurella playing there just is like,
there could be an offensive midfielder there. That was too easy.
That was way too easy around.
Vega's going to have to be last man.
Vegas, nutmeg. Oh, mate. Is this Palestri? Oh, they've given it away.
That's why he didn't make it at United.
Who was that? Dazassi?
What, the one that got turned too easily? I think so, yeah, because he was running like a steam train to get back with him.
Yeah, fair play. At least they got away with that a little bit, I'd say. But yeah, look, when Cucurella is playing ahead of Enzo Fernandez in that role, it tells you that Enzo Fernandez, when he's been deployed in that more higher up role, is just not having the desired effect. Cucurella, though, funny enough, has played as an advanced midfielder in his time. Not so much centrally, but on the left for Getafe back in the day. Definitely wasn't a left back. Was way more attacking than that for a few years.
You can see that in the way he plays. He's so comfortable just filling into that role.
He's perfect, actually, isn't he? That's the thing, is that he is very good for that role. I just wonder whether
there's a reason Pep wanted him though. When we signed him, there was a few clubs after.
Back post is a goal, Mudryk. Yes, go on, Mikalo.
Early on,
get in, Misha.
That's just what you needed.
Yeah, good goal, mate. Love that. Love that. Oh, that's well deserved, mate. Was that
first goal of the
Neto
season?
assist? Neto assist? Assist? I don't know. Mudryk, I'll take that.
Well,
yeah,
I like George.
Yeah, George. very, very wrong. Very early on. Yeah, Neto. Feel it? Neto.
Great header.
Great.
I mean, he has an intensity.
You did, Dan. You did, mate. I rate that. You did indeed. So, yeah, look, Mudryk, mate, great header. Good vision and awareness from Neto as well to pick that out of the back post. Another assist for him.
How much more effective is it
like
when both your
typo memory one,
both your wingers are capable of doing either option, down the wing,
yeah,
or coming inside? Madwek, he's able to do it as well. Sancho, he's able to do it. Yeah. Mudryk liked going onto his left foot.
It's kind of mad, isn't it? Because you can't. Yeah, Bobby, I agree. I was just about to make this point. Like, obviously, someone called it out saying maybe Mudryk starts and stuff like that, but it's difficult to say that he does. But actually, like, this is the best we've seen Mudryk put together performances in like a spell for Chelsea, I think.
Yeah.
He looks like a player that's transformed. Like, he looks so much better than what he looked for long periods of time in the previous season and a half.
Yeah, I do think that is management. I think you've got to give Maresca some sort of credit. And I think you've also got to give Mudryk credit as well.
Yeah, you have to.
Then are we just finding Mudryk's level?
I hope not. This is what I mean. I think we need to see Mudryk come on in as... who did he come on against? Forest? Put in a great cross, and I think Nkunku didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, because the pace was unbelievable.
Yeah, I think that. Abel, up the Blues, mate, up the Chelsea. Come on.
Dan, I think we just need to win every game. Keep momentum going.
If we win this game, next round of the Conference League, do you think we need... probably one more.
What is the second game?
Yeah. I think probably one more. What have we got? 6 games in total or 5?
We should really be going.
Who else have we got left? Shamrock, Noah, Astana, and there is one more, I think.
Should we have had it?
Guys, who's our other game? Who have we got? I think there's one more. I thought there was one more.
Have we not had 2 away? 6 games?
No, Servette.
It's just Mudryk and Felix.
Neto and Mudryk, actually. So Mudryk's got goal and assist, which is quality. I really rate that. Guys, keep smashing the like if you haven't already. We'll try and get a few likes on this one. 20, 25 likes for Chelsea winning in the Europa Conference League quite comfortably. 2-0 against Panathinaikos out here in Greece. We are looking extremely confident. We're seeing Enzo Fernandez being used in his right position. We are seeing Heidenheim's quality. I rate that because I watched a documentary years ago about Heidenheim, a couple of other German coaches. And,
Joe Felix, that's...
Felix, mate. Not a great pass. But, yeah, Heidenheim will be a good one. Is it out in Germany? Or is it?
Yeah.
That would be great to go to be fair.
Isn't that in the middle of nowhere in Germany?
Is it? Maybe.
Yeah. I think that it's 2 hours from any main airport. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of a different location, but...
look. That's nice.
Yeah.
He's like, look, mate, shave your head and you'll be decent. I was looking at... Maresca's actually hated that he played for Olympiacos. So they hate Maresca, the Panathinaikos. Want to see Mark Gu play a little bit, get a goal or assist.
I think he'll be in Strasbourg before...
I think you might be waiting for a while for that goal and assist from Mark Gu, to be honest with you.
Ben Foster called it something, and he was like...
I agree, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
He was like, players will do like half a sprint, and it will look like they're doing loads of running, but he doesn't actually do very much in a game. And when he's come on, I don't think he's been Like he's not been very good, Mark Gui.
Oh, what? Ben Foster was talking about Mark Gui?
No, he was talking about players that are like that, and that's one of the reasons why I think he was standing out in pre-season, because he'd do half a run to press the ball, and then he'd do a couple of sprints, and you'd be like, oh, he's got good energy, but it's just
Mark Gui. This is what people I think were trying to basically say Conor Gallagher was. I'm not even lying. I think people were trying to describe Conor Gallagher as a player like Mark Gui and be like, oh, all he does is run. That's all I've seen Mark Gui do is run.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, literally. And also, by the way, first touch, considering he's come out of Barcelona's academy.
Well, there's a reason Barcelona let him go, isn't there? They don't let him go if he's any good. Do you know what I mean? They just don't let him go if he's any good.
Also, if you're not 16 in the first team at Barcelona at the minute, you're probably not going to cut it.
Yeah, they got a lot of good youngsters playing, actually, to be honest.
Champions League game, they had like 4 players.
They've got to cross it in. Nothing. Yeah, they did. They actually looked really good last night. I don't know if anyone watched Barcelona last night, but my gosh, I wish we'd got Rafinha.
Bayern Munich did.
Yeah, Bayern Munich did.
Yeah, but he would have been on. We might be looking at the same problems now, where he would have been signed by the wrong person, 200, 300 grand a week.
Look how good he looked last night, though.
Yeah, but he was great for Leeds as well. So
he was, but he's on another level. Yeah, his stats for Barca have been superb, like absolutely superb. I think Hansi Flick is a top coach. He would have been top of my list in the summer, I think.
That got right off pretty quickly.
It did indeed, yeah. I don't think Hansi Flick was interested with the sporting directors and the way Chelsea
really going. Slowing this down now.
They might as well, though.
Very much team
control. Vega turns on it, though.
There's a big gap there. It's like Panathinaikos.
I want to see a bit. I know we've said this before, but Nkunku feels so wasted to me. Playing as an out-and-out 9.
I think he feels wasted at Chelsea at the minute. Could be a goal.
Felix! Goal. Deflection.
There you go. 3-0.
Wait, hang on. Oh, I thought the player had gone down holding his head there. 3-0.
Well
Come on. Goal.
He's done well to get the shot off there, I must admit.
2 goals for João Felix, got to say.
Could be a hat-trick for him.
Ben called 2 goals, so it's quite early. I hope we don't see any more.
Later on, I reckon it will... this could potentially just be 4 or 5 now. Chelsea fans look nice and loud.
Yeah,
good to see. Travel well.
Boys, smash a like for the goal. Come on. Chelsea 3-0 and absolutely cruising. It's games like this, right, where it makes you think that we should be walking this competition, doesn't it? Because, Mudryk, assist. Boom.
Does he get an assist if it's an own goal?
Oh,
and does that go down as
it's
an
on
own
target,
goal?
Isn't it? I don't know if that is an own goal or not. Could be a Mudryk assist, guys. I'm not
regardless,
sure.
Yeah. It would probably count in FPL. So
yeah, I think that might count in FPL. Love that. Oh yeah, look, I'll be honest, right? We were just saying about Nkunku. I just think as an out-and-out 9, it's just not his right position. It just isn't. No. And this is where we do need a backup. Because if you had Osimhen, Jackson would be playing now.
Yeah, granted. And then you would essentially have very similar... Well,
yeah.
I think Osimhen is obviously level ahead, but...
Where does Nkunku play though? Like, do you know what I mean? Like
Germany, back to Leipzig.
No, he'll go PSG. He would.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Nkunku.
Back to PSG.
Yeah. Ref, we'll have that. No, unfortunately.
But that's also where I'm like, that isn't his game.
That is quality. Beating players is in his game. It definitely is. You go and look at the footage of how when he was that season when he was flying, he's beating players for fun.
I haven't seen that once for Chelsea, really.
No, not really.
Not since his injuries.
No, we'll see what happens with him.
That laser's still going
so annoying.
No stewards out there. Yeah. They didn't fancy it like the rest of the
Enzo
fans.
with a progressive pass on the right hand side. Neto quick enough to get there. He is. What a pass in the end that turned out to be. Neto is going to. No, he's not. I thought he was going to play that sort of deep cross that he looks for.
Definitely giving an opportunity for Atari George to come on.
I
get him some extra minutes.
Saturday,
half an hour, not 10 minutes. Like you're never getting anything. The kid doesn't grow in confidence.
The problem is, is that these players though they're not getting. Or that could be a penalty.
Yeah,
Chelsea pen.
There you go, João Felix.
Chelsea penalty. Someone hat-trick. João Felix hat-trick. Do you reckon? And Nkunku probably. I think.
Nah, João Felix will take this.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
He's on.
And Nkunku wants this though. And Nkunku wants this. Chat before it happens. Who wants the penalty? Tell me who wants the pen. Oh, it's blatant. Who's taking the penalty? Bobby says Mudryk, 2 assists and 1 goal. Impressive. Yeah. And Nkunku would actually be perfect replace. I've said this, Bobby. I've been saying it for weeks, mate. I think he's perfect for that role. I think he really is.
And he'd slot in unbelievably.
He'd be so good.
Yeah.
So good.
And Nkunku on the ball.
And Nkunku's got this. I'll be gutted if Nkunku was to leave.
Gonna need to control that laser for this penalty, though.
Yeah. João Felix, is he bothered? Probably.
Well, it depends if it's been
By the way, though, it probably hasn't. But if João Felix does score, it's another hat-trick this season for Chelsea.
Sub player. What would that be? 3?
It just shows, doesn't it? Like, people question like João Felix's level, but he's obviously miles ahead of the Greek Super League. But
I
by
also
miles.
think he's probably comfortably ahead of the Europa League group stages as well. Because we've seen like Ross Barkley absolutely
Ross looks good in the Prem. Come on, Nkunku.
Ross is fit year round.
Laser pen is just all over his face. Look, come on. How is that? Dude, honestly, these fans, mate, they're just off their rockers out, man.
Everyone knows how it goes. The worse the league is, the louder the fans are.
Look, you just can't even look. Shut your eyes. No look, mate. Come on, Kunks.
Imagine.
Big Polish keeper in goal to beat. The Frenchman scores. Come on.
Comfortable.
Love that.
By the way, that laser had to come so far.
4-0. Get in.
Quality.
Honestly, Chelsea are cruising.
I didn't expect 3 goals within the first 15 minutes.
I didn't either.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely cruising, to be honest with you.
This could be a big scoreline. I think Chelsea will probably... I don't think their foot's been on the gas.
No, probably not.
My worry is if there was any sort of competition, would we be stepping it up?
Yeah. Because even in this game where, the balloon's out.
What's the balloon for?
His kid, he loves it, apparently. Oh, yeah, I love Nkunku, mate. Yeah. I know it's a pen, but do not let this guy go without giving him a run of 10 games in the side in his right position. Honestly, don't do it, Chelsea. It'll be criminal because he'll go somewhere else and he will perform.
Maresca's got the best problem right now.
The best problem.
Yeah, like this isn't a problem he's going home and losing sleep over. It's one he's
celebrates. Dan, do you know what? I actually don't know, but I just don't think it's like something the fans do. There could be.
Yeah, because there's enough stewards in English football that if someone's got a laser pen, you can see instantly where it's from. So another steward on the other side. there is enough stewards there. It doesn't.
Tete is coming on. Tete previously played for Leicester and Shakhtar, so probably knows Mudryk actually. But some of you might remember he had like a fantastic debut for Leicester and then did nothing else. We got a sub coming on, 38 and 32. Gooey coming on. Who said it earlier? Someone said earlier about the Gooey goal and assist. You might see it happen. You never know. Might see it happen. I think. Who is that? I don't know. Is that a sub for Panathinaikos or not? I can't.
I think they did have one. I thought number 2 was off the pitch, but
Tariq George as well. Who's coming off then? Neto.
I'm hoping Nkunku doesn't, but Nkunku.
Nkunku.
I reckon that suggests to me that they might get a little bit longer on.
They might play him, aren't they?
I don't think Neto will start.
No, I don't. I think Sancho starts.
Sancho and Madueke will start. They've obviously, if they're not featured in this at all, they're getting a full rest. Do they still travel?
No, some haven't even travelled.
Yeah, so a full day of rest.
Yep.
No plane journey, sitting in some rock hard set. Well, they ain't sitting rock hard.
Right, come on then, Mark Gee, because we said we might be waiting a while. I would, if he scores, that'd be fantastic.
If he gets a goal and an assist.
I've got to be honest, right? I can't see where he is right now. Did he just go off? Did Dewsbury Hall go off? No. Dewsbury Hall's having a quiet game. Very quiet game.
I think it is just bypassing him.
Is it? So has João Felix gone into midfield?
Because João Felix is picking the ball up a fair bit in midfield. That it's just not going to Dewsbury
Are you
Hall.
starting to get the idea that Kukurem might not be playing at the weekend?
Yeah.
Do you get... Who plays?
Who played against Liverpool?
Gusto, Reece.
I'll be honest.
Gusto's going to play on the left again. Gusto's going to play on the left.
I wasn't comfortable with it. I wasn't massively comfortable on that. And with Newcastle, they could easily turn us over, but they haven't
been great.
They've not won at the Bridge.
No, I think we'll beat Newcastle. I think we will. But I think Gusto and Reece James are going to play.
Well, they might do. They might get 60 minutes, which means that Kukurem Cucurella or Vega might be the next round of subs. And if that's the 65th minute, it's not that.
Cucurella's got to be thinking,
what have I done wrong?
What have I done wrong?
Did he get injured?
He got suspended.
Might be that.
Gusto didn't have a good game.
But Cucurella, has got the fitness levels to go and play another 90 minutes.
Here you go. Look, he's going to get on the ball here.
And also, he could probably effectively play.
That football is so nice. Oh, my gosh. That looks like a pattern of play. They look like they knew exactly what they were doing there. Tyreek George. Oh, he slipped. Unlucky, mate.
He's kept possession, though. We could work that back out. I definitely don't feel like the attack is, it's died now, but I don't feel like the attack's dead when it's coming out to our midfield, which I feel like last year, without Cole Palmer, the attack's just done.
I agree.
I mean, we weren't playing these sort of teams, but must admit, Cucurella there, you could just see the run he made instantly. He didn't get the ball, just a couple of yards, stepped on, played the pass in. He's a smart footballer, very smart footballer.
Guys, 63 minutes on the clock. Chelsea are beating Panathinaikos 4-0 away from home, out in Greece in the Europa Conference League. This is looking like an incredibly easy night for Chelsea, I'd say. How many players have impressed you tonight, chat? Let me know, because I'm hoping we do keep a clean sheet. I think Enzo Fernandez had a really good game.
Excellent.
I think João Felix, Mudryk, they've all had good games. Cucurella's had a good game. Defensively, we've looked sound, to be honest, apart from two things, really, but they've not really led to much. I'm really impressed. I think Nkunku had a quiet game. I'm glad he scored, because if he'd have come off at 60 minutes and not scored... Mudryk!
So lively.
Oh, mate. Oh, we're in here. This is oh, no. Get out of his way. Look, does actually shoot. Does that thing? Oh, it's off the post. He scored, Bobby. He did score.
I reckon the Sassy is
quite
great for the dressing room, by the way.
I think Mudryk had a great game.
Yeah,
Mudryk's looked really good, I have to admit. Oh, I wish the Zassi had scored that. Oh, the double touch. Oh, it's a save.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I don't think the shot was great, but the only thing that concerns me, obviously, just seeing Dan saying there about keeping a clean sheet, these games aren't really testing Jorgensen.
Nah, not really.
I genuinely get the feeling that the only way he's going to be able to step into
injury
is an injury.
I agree.
But I don't want players to get injured. So if
Badashine keeps it alive.
Oh, but if you keep keeping clean sheets in the games you're playing in, it only looks good. So as long as these players keep up doing what they're doing.
Do you know what's crazy? Obviously, with the return of like Reece James and Lavia and that, now everyone's like fit and available. The fact that obviously we don't know what's happening with Tosin, but he could obviously be playing in this game as well. Our squad is like an absolute joke now. Like it is
of ability or size.
So, like I think of similar ability, because I don't think there's many that are on Cole Palmer's level, right? But the level just below that, there's loads of Premier League quality, of Prem players.
Would you be looking at
full of it?
João Felix when he moved from Benfica? Would you say that he was on the level that Cole Palmer was on?
Nah.
So what sort of figure are you
like? No, I actually think those figures are kind of gone. I just don't think we're going to see them ever again. I just don't think we are, because that was like when Neymar was 220 and it was all about the wonder kid. Now even Mbappe moved for free, so I just don't think we're going to see it.
But Cole Palmer can't run down his contract. He can only
hit it. Oh,
out
Felix does. Yes, I agree, Dan. I want to see João Felix get his third goal.
I love watching João Felix. I mean, he's such a nice footballer to watch.
He's a little bit luxury, isn't he? Did Sancho travel?
I don't think so.
Oh, did he not? I thought Sancho travelled. Is Sancho on the bench? Chat, does anyone know if Sancho's... Can you look? I don't know if Sancho's on the bench. Cucurella to cross it. But I wonder who else we've got to bring on. Mudryk's having such a good game that I wouldn't want to take him off, but I wouldn't want to see him...
We've got...
miss out on the squad, though. Or a couple of Panathinaikos subs.
Tosin's on the bench.
Oh, he is?
Madueke, Chukwuemeka, Casadei, Sancho, Sam Raksaki. Is that how you say it? And Shamari Moeka. I believe that.
Yeah. Is Chukwuemeka on the bench?
Yeah.
Oh, he should come on.
There is a couple of players. I'd actually like to see Sancho come on.
I'd like to see Sancho and Chukwuemeka.
Yeah, Sancho on the bench. Our bench is strong, by the way.
That's what I mean. There's players now that literally can't get a game on the bench that are quality.
My concern well, it's not really a concern, is if we were struggling in a game, I genuinely believe our bench could come on and we could win the game by a couple of, possibly 3 goals.
This game,
if this game was a tight,
Cucurella is having a great game.
There's so much space; it's just perfect for him. All the way.
Oh, he's picked the wrong pass by some way because there was 2 players.
Yeah. Give it credit to the left back there. He saw the pass that he wanted to make.
I'm quite surprised he's going to go with Gusto again at left back. I think that's what we're going to see, isn't it? I'm quite surprised that's going to happen. Tyreek George looking to work across. He got a shot off.
Done well there.
Fair play. I don't know much about him. Even when I've seen him, I can't say I've seen much. But yeah, it does well to get his shot.
He looks like a tricky winger. My only concern is looks very lightweight.
His pathway is completely. I know he's playing now, but it is completely blocked. We've got Madueke, Esteval, Neto, Palmer that can all play there. I mean, Palmer, I know, is playing much more on the right now, but I just don't see Tyreek George getting that many minutes, to be honest with you. They could score it. They have.
Shouldn't be conceding.
That's so poor, Pelestri.
The whole defence has just gone to sleep.
Yeah, that's poor. That's so... When are we going to keep a clean sheet, mate? Come on. That is so poor. That is so poor.
Is that the first test that we've had this half?
Second. Number 10, Tete, plays a nice little ball. Yeah, it's just Badashile is absolutely turned off there.
But this is what I mean. Like that, Badashile can do that, and then his confidence goes. He's not good for like the rest of the game. Or the
that
next
is
game.
So poor. Like he's so unaware. Oh, Badashile. It's what I mean. If you do this against Panathinaikos, how can you be trusted to play in like the Prem? You can't. We should have been getting it. Who's 31?
Cassidy.
Cassidy's going to come on for Dewsbury or Cucurella.
Oh, sorry. I've read that as their number.
It is 31. Oh, Pelestri is gone off. Has gone off. He's just scored.
I was going to say Mudryk, but he's just obviously setting up for the thingy, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know. Guys, who's coming on for... Who's Cassidy coming on for? Enzo, maybe? Yeah, Enzo. Enzo's not a bad shout. Oh, chat. Are we disappointed? Are we disappointed conceding?
Yeah, cool, sure. You're always disappointed.
I think we should have kept a clean sheet tonight. I really do.
Yeah.
That is such a poor goal.
I think when you're dominating a game like we are, I think it says a lot about the defence if you then switch off in the 1 or 2 moments that you need to be focused.
Yeah,
that's why
Enzo's coming off, chat. Good. I'll tell you what, Enzo, that's one of your better games you've had in a while, mate. That looks like the position for him.
That looked like a mature performance from Enzo.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to overstretch himself, so he's not done in the 40th minute. The only thing
is, the intensity is just nowhere near a game in the Prem, and that's where I think we're going to see, like, is he going to be... If he was playing the Greek Super League, he'd be one of the best players in the league.
Well, I mean, that's why he stood out for Benfica.
Yeah, it's true. It is true, actually. Right, anyway, 20 minutes to go. Any updates to people's score predictions? Because it's probably blown most people's out the window. I think that 1-1 prediction we got half-time is incredibly wrong. Even the 3-1, the 3-1 is now wrong, which was way out there at the time. Tyreek George enters the box, runs away from the ball.
It's done that a couple of times now.
Yeah, not great, but...
I'm not massively sold on him, but like you say, pathway is just...
Next year, you're getting... Oh, and Kendry Paez to throw into the mix. And even last year, he's gone now, obviously, but Angelo was part of it as well.
I don't know why they're checking those.
But we've sold Angelo to Al Nazer. I don't know how... Guys, does anyone know how Angelo is doing at Al Nazer? Is he doing all right?
He scored the other day.
He did score. He has scored. I know that, but I don't know how he's doing. Strasbourg actually have a good young striker, and it isn't... Apparently, it's not a... it's not a Chelsea signing.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if it's...
It doesn't... No, I know, but apparently he's not bad. Apparently he isn't that bad at all. I was saying to someone the other day, I would like to see us go and sign...
Actually, Vieira's there, no?
Liam Rossini. Bastoni from Inter Milan. I just think we just put down massive money for him. I just think he'd be perfect. But then we have got some really good players in terms of how good they could be in centre back. But I think just for instant additional quality, he'd be superb.
I genuinely think that Chelsea are at the point now where you need to start taking players from within the league, lessening other teams, and building yourself.
I agree.
And then you compete with City, Arsenal, and Liverpool now.
Yeah, but where are we gonna? I don't know what pool Chelsea have right now in terms of where we're getting. Are we can't go to Aston Villa and sign a player.
No,
could have got Duran maybe if you said you're going to start, but I mean he looks good. He scored again. Villa look good, by the way. I think Villa will probably be our biggest rival in terms of fighting for top 4.
My concern is that January comes round.
Oh, they're in again here. Go on, Mudryk. Be quick. Yes, son. Mudryk
is
having a great game. Yeah. He really is.
He's been your man of the match so far.
Well, it's early to do man of the match, but I'd probably say Mudryk.
Yeah, but if he got subbed off now...
Yeah, I probably would still give it to him. I think Mudryk's been really good. I actually think he's just looked very good. I think... who else? João Felix has been okay. I don't think
he looks so focused.
I think Enzo.
I think it's Enzo Mudryk.
Yeah,
João Felix.
Mudryk. I'm going to say Mudryk. To be honest, he'll probably get it. I doubt much will change. Even if João Felix gets a hat trick, I know João Felix is that good. I think Mudryk has shown tonight that he is like. Mudryk is improving. You cannot deny it. I don't care how much people have hated him in the past and that. And I have. I've said he's not been good enough. And I think Mudryk himself has known that he's not been good enough. He is on a level now where he does look really good.
Mudryk he's just unfortunate the way in which he was signed.
Go on, Dewsbury Hall. Make something happen. Kiernan travelling through the midfield. Out to Tyreek George on the right. Mudryk in acres at the back post. They're going to find the cross to João Felix. Oh, no! Yeah, that was the moment. Oh, my gosh. It's such a bad miss. Oh, it's a great cross from Tyreek George.
I just feel like João Felix has got so much more ability than what's just been...
Wait, is that a corner? I don't know if it's the angle. Oh, João Felix, man. You've got that in your locker all day. Oh, Mudryk, what a touch. A little bit heavy though in the end. Oh, I thought that was the hat-trick.
Has the quality.
Oh, Cassidy did well there.
The goal against Newcastle last year.
Yeah.
Although he did nearly miss.
Tyreek George again looking to work an opportunity. Oh, a couple of steppies, works a shot. Dewsbury Hall keeps it alive. Shoot from Dewsbury Hall. Shot from Dewsbury Hall, sorry.
Tyreek George confident by feet.
Yeah, he is actually.
I think that's probably a requirement.
This is what I mean. Like, Tyreek George hasn't had long enough. You know, like now he's still got another 15 minutes. He's growing into the game. This is what it takes. You've got to give these players more time.
This is the unfortunate part about the League Cup getting Newcastle like so early. Well, it's kind of early.
Yeah, but we had Newcastle early last year, did we not? No, probably a little bit later.
Trippier scored then as well because
Trippier. Bad header. I think that was a little bit later. I think. I'm not sure. I think it was.
Had AFC Wimbledon. Chukwuemeka. There we are.
Yes, Carney.
Come on,
come on. I'm buzzing. Who's coming off? 22. I'm beating Dewsbury Hall. I'm feeling 22. Right. Anyway. Come on. I am buzzing for Chukwuemeka.
I'm all over this jacket.
Oh.
That's
what are we saying on the kit? Are people liking the kit? Because I don't know. Have we had a black and pink kit before with a bit of yellow in there?
Because Chelsea don't do anything to do with our history anymore. Unless it's a remake of a kit. But
I like it. I actually like the kit.
It's a very European Nights kit.
Yeah, I think it's a quality kit. I don't mind it.
The old fruit pastel.
I got battered at the bridge the other day for saying I like that kit, but I do. I think it's a nice kit.
I don't think it's nice. I think it's cool.
Yeah, okay, true.
Like little kids are going to be
right. I'm saying Carney scores just to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, and Maresca go, oh, he's actually quite good. That's what I think happens.
I don't think Maresca changes his mind.
No?
No.
Why?
I don't.
Go on, Cucurella.
This is also confirming that Ben Chilwell's place is dead and buried.
No, Ben Chilwell's not in the team.
Yeah, I know, because he's ill, but...
No, he's not in this competition. He's just not in it. They didn't register.
Oh, yeah, they didn't register.
Oh, Ben Chilwell's done. Give up on that, honestly. Chile, he's just not going to be back.
What game did he? Oh, is it Barrow?
League Cup.
Yeah.
Huey assist. Do you know what? I'm going to be completely real with you. I don't know if he's touched the ball yet, Mark Wee.
Yeah, as he took a nice touch in the edge of the box. Surprised me. His first touch was good, but he is ineffective.
Yeah, he's not. Go on then, Jao Felix. Mark. Oh, it's
just too slow.
Kooks, man. It's a little bit heavy. Jao Felix ain't that quick. Come on, Chelsea.
That pass into Mudryk is ideal.
Yeah, Mudryk gets there all day. That's the thing, isn't it? It's just when you're playing and people are moving around.
I would actually say that one of Mudryk's worst. One thing that will go against him is how high his work rate actually is. Because he will be battered for the attacking part of the game if you're in a lively game, which Newcastle could bring. But
I'll be honest, I'm really shocked we're going to play Gusto at the weekend. I'm really surprised.
I don't see what from. He might just be looking at that like Newcastle's not as tough as Liverpool will be, and it was only 2-1.
Do you know what? Gusto got into good positions. He was just really wasteful. But I don't know. I'm not sure. See, I don't know. I guess it's because what Gusto can offer defensively, and he can also break forward and get between the lines. And actually, he understands he understands the movement. It's just he needs to be better quality. But I don't think he's ever scored a goal.
Great play there.
Go on, Mark.
Down the line.
Go on, Marky boy. Go on, Mark. Oh, he's giving the ball away. Oh, what? That was like Shawn Michaels.
I'm going to throw it out there. If you want an assist off of him, you are going to be waiting a long time.
He's so young, though. You got to give him
18.
18, yeah. He is a youngster. I think that's easy to forget, isn't it? But
it is easy to forget when there's 16.
Oh, he's such a poor. You know what? That is mad.
He could have also done his knees in.
I have no idea how he made it through Barcelona's academy. I have no idea. Like, technically, I don't know if he's at a level that I'd expect for someone coming through La Masia.
No, not a chance. No, nowhere near.
Every touch that he took when he was running them was getting away from him. Maybe he's just a bit nervous, but I don't know. Come on. I want another goal, and I want it to be Chukwuemeka. I just want Carney I just want him to show and remind people of his level, because I think he is so good.
I think he's also a player that if he moves in the Prem will come back to bite you.
Yes. Oh!
Hang on a minute.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened there, but Vega's nearly scored an own goal.
I'm
it would have been a worldie of an own goal.
Defense, I'll be honest.
Where does that come from?
I feel like no one has got
does
control
nothing.
of that.
Vega, there's a slice. Oh my gosh, it's so
That's
close.
Too close for comfort.
If we go deep in the Conference League, do you think we'll see more first team? Maybe, but like we already are seeing it because we're seeing.
Come on,
the line. Hang on a minute. This is crazy. This is where oh my gosh, this is where our defense is just like so inexperienced. Look,
I think Badishil's probably letting this defense down at the minute. He's in fit well. Disassi is there.
No, he's tackled. He's absolutely tackled the keeper there, Badishile. He's just got in his way.
Even when we first signed him, he looked like a composed defender.
Go on. Good cross back post.
Oof. You can see what Felix was waiting for there.
Oh, unlucky. Cucurella's just not stopped.
Just an engine. It's what I mean. He's probably going to run back to England and then go and play 90 minutes.
Nah, he won't play. He won't play. I just don't think he will. Which is kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of crazy because actually, if Reece James has got to come off, you might as well not start Gusto unless you can bring on Gusto.
I also don't think what Gusto is warranting
starting
being moved around the pitch to be like, make sure he's on the pitch. Whereas Cucurella, I'd honestly back him being a right back.
Yeah.
What, 3 games last year?
And I actually would say
Cucurella, from when he played right back last year with Poch, has been a completely different player since. He just looks more mature.
Since that game of the League Cup when he was going to go United. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Matter where.
Got to imagine his career then. Carney work something.
Go on, Carnes. I'm just trying to work out
Leicester, wasn't it, that Carney scored against and knocked him out of the cup?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's why he don't get played.
You just never know in football. Some people hold vendettas. You just never know. Oh, we need the hat trick. I think it'll be mix of first and second. Yeah, so do I. But we are starting to see more of a blend because I don't think Enzo Fernandez, Cucurella, like they probably didn't think they'd be starting this competition. All I think is, and I was chatting about this on Charlie's channel the other day, last night, I think. Me and him were just saying, do you think that unlucky Cassidy, when you go to the Champions League, you can't rotate the team to this extent because there are some players here that are not Champions League quality, right? A lot of players are not going to be playing much. I can tell you that. Go on, Carney. Oh, don't get injured. That's my biggest fear with him is just
injury.
How often does he get injured and whatever? He just runs and moves so smoothly.
He's like a more agile Ruben.
Yeah, that is it. He looks like a younger Ruben. He's probably not built as physically. He's a bit more slight. But there are traits of a younger Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
If we were looking at him coming through Chelsea Academy, you'd be looking at him in a similar light, if not better.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was in Villa's first team when he was young. Very young.
I don't know. It just puzzles me. I think he's easily good enough to be in and amongst it. But then if João Felix isn't getting a game, how does Carney get a game? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Carney has got to do
a bit.
Yeah.
Because João Felix has won off a hat-trick here. I mean, Carney's not being given the opportunity at the same time, but I don't know. Carney, for me, should be starting in these games.
Dan, I don't think that we really need to be playing players out of position. It would just happen. It doesn't fill me with much confidence.
Yeah, I don't think this is I don't think we need to play players out of position. I think Gusto is playing out of position.
Yeah, so do I.
Playing. Look, we're saying like it's gonna happen, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it's just what you can tell from like Vega's going to play 90 minutes. Cucurella's going to play 90 minutes. Well, if not, they're going to play 85 minutes if we make another change. But
the only thing I'll say, right, is if this team that's in this competition right now gets to the final, I think it's incredibly harsh on some of the players that have got there to then be dropped for Cole Palmer and Co to come in.
Well,
I think this team is good enough probably to win a final against the majority of the teams it could face in the Conference League. It probably is, isn't it? Like if you started with the team that we did tonight, you'd go, that could beat Fiorentina.
I honestly think that the only thing that would need to change realistically is Caicedo or Lavia as the holding mids, just because you're going to come up with more packed out midfields.
Yeah.
And the defence. But then you won't get Tyreek George and Mark Gay on the bench.
Yeah,
you would have Cole Palmer might go on the bench, but
Bobby says, why isn't Kunku not getting minutes? It's so frustrating. Bobby, me and Ben think that it probably is because he may stand a chance of getting more minutes at the weekend.
Yeah,
would you agree?
I'd think so. There might be the possibility.
So we should be, Dan. So we should be
of Mudryk coming off.
I don't know.
Well, it looked like they were running off the pitch, but it's not like they're actually making a change.
Does Assie's being
maybe he won't run off the pitch. Ignore that.
Head up, Mudryk. Oh, the touch is silky. Go on.
Nothing in the area from that cross, which is a shame.
Someone work a shot. Tyreek George out on the right hand side. Looks to work a shot. Left. It's blocked again.
He's very predictable.
Yeah, I feel like he is a little bit.
I want to see him. I would like to see him play longer.
Felix. Tyreek George. Foul, maybe. No, wasn't. Cucurella.
There's definitely a player in there, though.
There? What, George?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a player there. You can see it. Yeah, it looks like a good player.
It's just another player that probably needs a bit more confidence.
Yeah.
And it's hard to... You're so on edge about doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if the kid just comes on and does what he's good at, then you can't
This is why I will like this competition, because it is good to just get a look at what people are about. Just see, I've not watched him play enough. I've not seen enough from Mark Gui. I've not seen enough from Mudryk this season.
Mark Gui played.
I want to see more from these players, to be honest. Oh, look at that. Mudryk's Looking good.
My only problem with that is he's been doing so well throughout this whole game with none of that involved. You don't need to bring it in because
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that.
we've lost possession.
Yeah, but that's not his fault. No, that's come off that play. That's a completed pass. Cucurella's just run into it full steam ahead.
I just don't think it's necessary.
I don't mind seeing that. Mudrik's had a really good game. Dan, Mudrik is my man of the match, I think. Ben, man of the match?
Yeah, it's got to be Mudrik, isn't it?
I think so.
100%.
Mudrik's had a really good game. Yeah, we'll go with
No,
Mudrik
the only other person that I'd say has been up there is Cucurella. He's been great today, but no, Mudrik's just been standout.
I mean, João Felix has had a good game as well. It's not like he hasn't. He's got 2 goals.
Yeah, but João Felix is playing so below his level.
Yeah, that's it. Well, hope that Mudrik is as well, actually.
Yeah, but you hope
we haven't.
We're coming into this game being like, oh, I really want Mudrik to stand out. You're like, João Felix will stand out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just inevitable. João Felix or Nkunku are just going to share the goals in this competition. Probably, if you go deep into the competition, going to be top goals.
Yeah, you
know, probably battling out against each other.
I'd imagine so. But yeah, Mudrik's been really good. Cucurella's been really good.
I'd feel for Cassidy if Enzo's going to play in this competition more.
Yeah, but he's still getting minutes. It's not like
it's hard.
Cassidy will leave. I think Cassidy goes back to Italy.
But he was signed in the same window as Carney.
Yeah, I think Cassidy will go back to Italy. I'm absolutely certain.
I think he's more suited to it.
Yeah, I don't think he's not suited for England though. He's a big lad. I just think there'll be teams in Italy where he'd get a game.
Yeah,
I think he'd rather that. So, if get through early in the Conference League, I want to see more of the young players. Yeah, we probably will give them minutes. I think obviously the further you get through, though, the only thing is that then that competitive element comes in, and you've got to make sure you win the game.
Yeah,
now is the time to see the younger players. You know, against Noah, Astana, St. Patrick's. Who are we playing? Shamrock Rovers.
Didn't Loftus-Cheek and Solanke make their debuts for Chelsea when we were like 4-1 up in the group stage games in the Champions League? Like, that's just the level Chelsea are at, but we were battering them teams already. So, like, these are players that are top level, and I don't particularly know what young players we're expecting to see. I don't know enough about
across all comps. We are going to score some goals this season, though. Numbers wise, we are going to score. This is another game with 4 goals scored. Like, it's absolutely, we're flying.
Compare this to the Graham Potter season. We only celebrated 38 goals.
Like, the squad are definitely singing from the same hymn sheet in both competitions. But in that sense, they're also singing from the same hymn sheet defensively. And there's just a couple of suspect moments that are individual errors and just real blips. Because as a unit throughout the whole game, we don't look like woeful.
I definitely feel like
silly moments.
The only real signing that we need to make is a world-class defender.
I think.
Well, maybe not even world-class, maybe just a level ahead of what we've got currently.
Honestly, Maresca's Italian. Go get me Bastone. Honestly, just drop an absolute figure on him. Get Champions League and drop a figure on him. Just be like, you are the future.
Getting Champions League is a really tough ask this year.
Oh, it's going to be difficult. But I think we're good enough to get top 5 in the Prem, and that will probably get you it. I think we're good enough. How will that get us? We're going to get it on the. It looks like we'll get, because of how well Chelsea will do in this competition. England should stand a really good chance of getting.
Right? Is that why Italy have?
We're top 3. No, isn't it? Villa top, City and Liverpool in the Champions League. Is that a pen?
Villa, Liverpool.
Is that a penalty? No.
It's either a penalty or a free kick.
He dived? Tell me he's dived. Is it a free kick? Oh, that is so... What are we doing here?
Disassi.
It's just so poor.
Fella was having shots in their area a minute ago, and now he's
not even... Shooters going to win the ball, man. That's just so poor.
No,
that's just really poor. It just shows the level. Like, you're 90-odd minutes in. You don't need to do that, does that?
What happened to the Disassi against City? Where everything was correct.
Yeah. He had a really good game that night.
Also, How's Trevor not in this team, by the way?
Well, there's just no room, is there?
No,
You can
but
see
he shouldn't be the one that's out on loan. We should have.
Can you imagine when like the guys were drawing up the squad at like pre-season? They know who they're going to bring in and stuff, and they're potentially like left winger. Like they just got they don't even have to have names. They just got who's going to be there. They're probably like we just got to get rid of the players that are going to bring profit and like who are on shorter contracts, and we got to move these people on who just don't fit. That you can see why Sterling could be playing in this. Do you know what I mean? Like if we hadn't got that move to Arsenal, we'd probably be playing, or we'd be in Turkey or something. Go on, Tyreek George.
Anyone on the left wing? Oh, Mudrik's in the middle.
Go on, keep driving to the goal, mate. Don't keep going sideways. He's a very unorthodox runner, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you know who he reminds me of a little bit?
No.
Sammy Amiobi.
What? Wow, that's outrageous. Right, there we go. It's a wrap. Chelsea win. Easy enough, you know, easy enough. Frustrating to concede a couple of goals there, but I'm happy with that. Very, very happy.
Yeah,
nice and easy. We're going to call it there, guys. It's obviously an early kickoff, and there's more games to come tonight in and around Europe. But look, pleasure. Thank you for everyone tuning in.
Cheers, guys.
Me and Ben have we've enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a like on the channel. And on this stream, I will catch you in a bit. Absolute pleasure.
Cheers, guys.